Bhuvneshwar, which need to be attended to better. I just gave my own experience of a very senior professor I was discussing in Japan, and he told me that everything that looks good is okay, but you go to the backyard, you know what is the sense of it. Bhubaneswar has its backyards also. These backyards are such, and I was really amused to see miles long slum and jhuggi jhopri houses, slum in Bhubaneswar, along the national highway, in the race course area there. I was wondering if it is going to be a smart city and where the government of Orissa has a place in whole of India as a first to think in a very progressive way and allotting the tenure rights to the slum dwellers. And tenure rights to small dwellers is one of the most important ways that you get rid of slums. And that is a national slogan, the slum-free cities and so on. I wonder why this has not taken place the same way or scale as it should be. It is already about 4 years now. The act came up with the government, and everybody praised, admired that the leadership of Odisha government to come up with this sort of new idea. I just conducted a survey project in Cuttack town, one of the oldest towns of Orissa. It's a 1,000-year-old town. There I use some of my students and colleagues that two areas we surveyed, one where the project was completed, another where the project is going to be implemented. So our major findings were there in this. That the idea is good, the implementation is lacking. Most of the cases I found that the people who wanted to be relocated did not want to relocate themselves because the facilities available at the relocation site was not there. So what was the demand? The demand was that first put up the facilities there, then only we will shift to this place. So this is a question of management and operational implementation process. And these sort of aberrations always mark a sort of a blot in the image of a smart city. And you go to the central area of Bhubaneswar, you can imagine how clean it is, how well developed it is. No, and sanitation is really good that side. But you go to I see Bhubaneswar has 4 parts: old city, planned city, added city, and the peripheral city. There are 4 parts of Bhubaneswar. And in these parts, they're strikingly different in terms of the quality of life, even particularly in terms of sanitation, garbage disposal. And I was also informed that STPs, which were planned by the government, has not been working well. And you go cross, if you are familiar with Bhubaneswar, you know how Bhubaneswar rose as a third tier city in India after Delhi, Bangalore, and Pune as an IT hub. Bhubaneswar developed as an IT hub. And so many top IT firms are here operating in Bhubaneswar. And why they came? They came with the expectation that Bhubaneswar will stand up with that. And they are not, their expectations are not totally fair. They are doing it very well. I'm saying their help in making the smart city better would be really a good thing to do in a participatory process. So I wish that some of these aspects, like what you see, what is hidden from you, the backyard as I used, These sort of things may be discussed in this session. And also, what are the major priority areas what the smart city Bhuvneshwar should take up? And always you will find a dichotomy, as I said, the planned city. If you, I have been going around that many times. You see the painting on the walls, a simple thing like painting on the walls throughout the city. It really increases, enhances the image of the city. And it is not only that visual image, but also the thinking that the government, the local government is keen to make the image better. That is there. But at the same time, you see, they introduced cycles for Bhubaneswar. Cycles as a mode of transport, intermediate transport for tourism and all that. And I'm sorry to say, the whole project has failed. And what I heard now, all the cycles they have bought are going to be auctioned. So I put a question why? Why is this happening? Whether this sort of approach was premature or it was not properly thought about. Cycling is good. All other cities you see in Europe, cycle is the main thing. They have stopped vehicles, they stop everywhere. I saw in Copenhagen that everywhere cycle is the image of the city. So I think that is a good thing which was introduced, but why it failed? It is a lesson one has to learn. And in planning for the smart city development and marketing, this sort of lessons are very, very important. What to say? Lastly, I must say, to plan a smart city, you must have passion as well as skill. Passion to make your city, and already you know Bhubaneswar has been at the top of the smart city list in the early stages. I was recently, I saw in 2017, the American Institute of Planners. They have among the 20 smart cities, they put Bhubaneswar at the top. So, what are the criteria they have taken for this? But when we see the backward thing and the major thing, always some kind of blur comes to the smart city. That blur has to be removed, and that requires passion and determination. And skill is there, initiative is there, but implementation is not there. So that is. Nobody will come to Bhubaneswar and be happy to see miles long slums or jhopuris along the side of the express highway, national highway, and also interior. I would stop by saying this, that let us discuss. I'm sure all our presenters, these speakers, have much more experience than I. My experience in Bhubaneswar is only 5 years. So those who are here, they know better. They should come out with what should be the priority area and better area. Appreciation and also criticism. So appreciation and criticism should go together. Then only you can develop. Thank you very much. I will ask now